Hi, so welcome to yet another test on junior secondary work. So let me just go straight to the questions. Here you are asked for 1 mark to calculate the square root of 25, which is 5, plus the square root of 49, which is 7, and then you give your answer, which is 12. Okay, then question 2. The thermometer shows the temperature on one Monday morning in Windhoek, and as you can see from here, and it's quite clear that it's very cold. It's actually minus 3 degrees Celsius. Okay, so what is the reading? Well, the reading is minus 3 degrees Celsius. Arrange the following numbers starting with the smallest. Now obviously you have to look at place value. This one has got 0 hundredths, so it will be the smallest of all of them. This one has 3 hundredths, so 0.33, and the bigger one is 0.35. When you look at question 4, on the number line, fill in the number 4 first to indicate its position. So that's 1 over 5. This will be 2 over 5. This will be 3 over 5. And the required answer is here, which is 4 over 5. Okay, like 0.8. From the list of numbers, write down a multiple of 7. Well, it has to be 56. Okay, and that is obviously 7 times 8. All right. Write 36 as a product of its prime factors. Now I know that 36 is nothing but 6 times 6, but this is not what we're looking for. I know that this is 2 times 3, and this is also 2 times 3. So as a product of its prime factors, 36 is 2 times 2 times 3 times 3, which I can just write in short as 2 squared times 3 squared. Okay, they have to be prime numbers that multiply with each other. Write down, or the number below is a common fraction. You should write it as a common fraction in its simplest form. Simply writing 45 hundredths is not going to cut it, but 9 over 25. This is the final answer that we are looking for. Okay. Next question, you have 21 divided by, so you're going to change that division to a multiplication, and then you are going to invert that fraction. Of course, 3 goes in itself 1 time, and 3 goes here 7 times. So you are now left with 7 times 13, which is the same as 7 times 10 plus 3. Okay, so from here onwards, I know that this is 7 times 10 plus 7 times 3. Okay, if I have to distribute over. So it's 70 plus 21. So the final answer is 91. In a class of 40 learners, 23 learners can swim. Calculate the percentage of learners who cannot swim. Right, so you have to be very careful here that you do not calculate the ones who can swim. So let's find the learners who cannot swim. And we know they must be 23. Take away from 40, they are 17. So the percentage of learners who can't swim will be that 17 out of the total number of learners. And you can simply compare it to this 100, or you can simply multiply by 100 and then attach the percentage symbol, which is 42.5%. Okay, right. The question 10. John buys a bread toaster for $259.95 and later sell it for $189. So he sell it at a loss, and the loss is the difference of the $259.95 from the 189.95 from that. Of course, made a loss of $70. Percentage loss is the actual loss over the original price, which is and 59 and 95 cents. You're going to multiply that simply by 100. Okay. Now, this is going to give you 26.9285543%. Of course, then you can go ahead and give this to one decimal place. This will be 26.9%. This is correct to 1 dp. Question 11, of course, you're supposed to write down the length of the pencil. So definitely you need to know that is obviously 6, and that is represented by 17. So the difference here will be 17 take away 6. Okay, everything is in centimeters, and the answer is 11 centimeters. Okay, or you can physically just count. I mean, look, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You can also count. Okay, but don't start counting from the 6. Right, next question. They say when a number x is multiplied by 3, the answer is 15. Okay, maybe I can just write that x so it looks proper. So you are supposed to calculate the value of x, and that is simply you dividing into that. That is x is equal to 5, right? And we're done with that question. Here we need to simplify. So again, let me just write the like terms close to each other. Okay, the 3y plus the 2y, and then I have got the 4x minus the 6x. So that y's become 5y, and this one becomes minus 2x because you have got 4 take away 6. Hope you can see that. So just subtract and add the coefficients. All right. So you can see this is 4 minus 6, which gives you minus 2. All right. Question 14. Find the highest common factor of 15 and 30. Well, this is a very straightforward question. It is just 15. 15 times 1 gives you 15. 15 times 2 gives you 30. On a Monday morning, a farmer realizes that 3/5 of his goats slept in the kraal. Calculate the percentage of the farmer's goats that slept outside of the kraal. So the percentage, as a fraction, it will be 2/5 will be outside. Okay, 2/5 will be outside, and that obviously gives you 40%. Now, there are other ways and means that you can address this. You could also say, okay, well, if I calculate 3/5 of that, that gives me 60%. But now the ones outside, so the percentage of outside would be 100% minus 60%, which still generate the same answer of 40%. Filling the missing number. Now it is quite clear that if I have to blow this up a bit, that here to move from 99 to 33, there was a division of 3. So this was divided by 3. So you're also going to divide this by 3, and it's just going to be 44. Right. Question 17. This one is a little bit tricky, but not really. Just have to read the question carefully. The diagram shows packets of sugar in the pan of a weighing balance. Each packet of sugar has a mass of X kilogram. Then on pen A, you've got that 5 kilogram load, and then you have about 9 of them. Okay, if you were to physically count, but I'm getting the information from here. So the left side is 9x plus 5. There are 4 packets of sugar. So on this side, you have got 4 packets of sugar, so that is 4x, and a metal load of 20 kilogram. That is the side on part B. So here, write down in terms of x expression for the total mass of pen B. Well, it's 4x plus 20. Well, you can also write 20 plus 4x. It's the same answer. Right, the only thing that you needed to do here is you needed to see that, wait a minute, this is going to be an equation where the unknown is on both sides. So we definitely have to solve for that in part C. Use your equation there to calculate the mass. So I'm going to have the 9x. Let me just write it down again over here. So I'm going to collect like terms. That means I'm going to add all the terms that contain the x's to one side, since that 4x is positive. When it comes over, you subtract. And then you're going to subtract 5 from both sides as well. So this leaves me with 5x is equal to 15. And I think from here onwards, it's quite straightforward what our answer should be. Our answer x would be 15 divided by 5, which is 3 kilogram as an answer. Good. Question 18. Now, this is showing the number of hours worked by a group of men at a construction site. And if you have to look at it nicely, on the y-axis, it shows the number of men. And on the x-axis, it shows the number of hours that they worked. All right, so let's just then see. Let's enter the number of men here. So 2 people have worked 39 hours. 6 people have worked 40 hours. And of course, this one over here, that is 9, worked 41 hours. And obviously 16 have worked 42 and 10, 43. And obviously this is 3. So this is 3 have worked 44 and 2. Now, the reason why I do that is because how many men in the group work 40 hours? Well, 40 hours is just 6 men. And what is the total number of men? Of course, it's all those numbers that I just wrote on those bars. So it's 2 plus 6 plus 9 plus 16. Okay. This should give you the total number of men who worked at the construction site, plus 10, plus 3, plus 2. Right, so you can go to work. This over here gives you 15 plus 16. Of course, I can take this this 16, okay, and this 3, of course, this 3 here, that is going to be, of course, 9. That's 15. That's 17, if I'm not mistaken. That's 13. 13 plus 5. Okay, so this is 48 men total. Right. Of course, you have seen that most of the questions you can actually solve without the aid of a calculator. And I would suggest that you try that because it just helps you with your understanding, especially of mental maths and stuff like that.